What's up lads, welcome back to another video. Now today we're going to be doing another video looking at a certain club and why they're doing so good or so bad, or just a certain club's kind of predicament over this season. We've looked at like Chelsea, Sheffield United, AC Milan this season, but today we're going to be looking at Aston Villa and how they have suddenly gone from relegation battling last season, staying up by 1 point, to battling for European football this season and beating the reigning Premier League champions 7-2. I know that was a while ago, but that's still a great achievement, isn't it? But yeah, so and probably the biggest reason for this upturn in form is the defence. They conceded the second most goals last season. Only Norwich conceded more, but they really have tightened up their defence now. Emiliano Martinez has looked superb in goal. I think he has the joint maybe most second clean sheets in the league. I think maybe only Edison has more, maybe Mendy has more now, because Chelsea have kept quite a few clean sheets. So that's a big reason. They've also signed Matty Cash, who's been great at right back as well. Pretty much all of Villa's signings as well in the last summer have been great. The likes of Watkins, I've already mentioned Cash, and Martinez. Bertrand Traore has been great. And who was the other one they signed? This an obvious name, Ross Barkley as well. He's been great. So they've all been really good. And you know, Morgan Sanson they also signed in the winter. We get to see him really. I don't think he started yet. He might have started one game. But you know, those 5 signings have really changed Villa. Barkley's been injured for a little bit, I think, but the others have been class. Cash has been one of the best right backs in the league. Martinez, I said, has been great in goal. But Traore has been pretty good on that right hand side. He's chipped in with the odd goal and assist. And Ross Barkley has said he's been injured, but he scored the goals and got the assists when he's been match ready. So, you know, and Ollie Watkins has obviously been scoring a lot of goals, including a hat-trick against Liverpool. And also a big reason for this, it's quite a big reason, it's Jack Grealish. He is actually probably one of the best players in the Premier League, especially this season. He's definitely up there for Premier League Player of the Season contender, along the likes of Harry Kane, Son, Bruno Fernandes, Gundogan and Ruben Diaz as well at this rate. He's just been class this season, and I think he got a hat-trick of assists and 2 goals in the 7-2 win against Liverpool, which is just great, to be honest. And yeah, Villa currently sit 9th in the league, but they do have games in hand, and if they win just a few of those, they're right up there in terms of Champions League battling. But you know, Villa, probably the biggest reason for this is they have tightened up their defence, and also they weren't scoring too many goals last year apart from Grealish, but with the signing of Ollie Watkins, they've looked a lot better now in terms of scoring goals. Wesley and Samatta just didn't cut it. Wesley, I guess he was all right, but then he had that ACL injury, which really didn't help him. And Samatta was just awful. I think he scored on his debut against Bournemouth, and now he's playing for, I think, Fenerbahce in the Turkish league. So things didn't go quite to plan for him. But yeah, Watkins has been great. I think he's getting goal every other game pretty much, which is great for a team like Villa. And yeah, I think Villa could really genuinely get European football this year. They're really up there if they win those games in hand. And you know, and they've struggled a bit more recently. I think they lost to Burnley the other week, which is not great. But you know, they're still looking at the table, and Villa aren't going to win every game. They're not going to comfortably qualify for Europe. I mean, it's still that's pretty much the majority of that squad finished 17th last year, so you can't expect them to win pretty much every game for them to be in the top 4 one season later. But you know, I think Villa, they're at the FA Cup now, aren't they? But you know, they got to carry out final last year. I mean, to be in Europe, I think that would have been quite interesting if they won that. They obviously weren't going to, but just to see how they would have got on with European football in there as well. But obviously, I imagine they went down and they also played European football. That hasn't happened too often. I think it probably happened with Birmingham when Ben Foster was there. I don't know why that's relevant. Well, everything with Ben Foster is relevant these days, but I think Wigan also as well, of course, when they won the FA Cup. Anyway, back to Villa. Yeah, they've just looked class really this season. They're playing a lot better football. Formation change as well has really helped them as well. They've gone to a 4-2-3-1 to incorporate Barkley to the team. And you know, again, they're keeping lots of clean sheets and they're scoring goals, as you saw, like the 7-2 victory against Liverpool. I think they kept 3 clean sheets in their opening 4 games as well to the season, Villa, which is great considering, as I said, they conceded the second most goals in the league last season. And also, only a few years before that, that was their first season back in the Premier League. You can't forget last year. And now, of course, they had those 3 seasons when they, first of all, they had that awful season in the Premier League. They got relegated. They had, I think, they had 1 mid-table season in the Championship in their first season. Then they got to the playoff final, lost that. And then they were mid-table the following season, brought in Dean Smith in the Championship this is. And then I think they got, 10 wins in a row or something crazy like that. And they went up through the playoffs. And Dean Smith, I thought he was going to be one of the favourites to get sacked at the start of the season, to get first to be sacked. But no, he's really been, I think, one of the contenders for manager this season. Maybe you can't really Pep. I don't know. Man City were a bit inconsistent at the start of the season, and maybe like Brendan Rodgers could win that as well, and maybe even David Moyes could win manager of the season, which would be incredible, wouldn't it? But I think Dean Smith really does have a good chance of winning that award. And yeah, Villa. What do you guys think? Do you reckon Villa, the comments are enabled? Sometimes they are and sometimes they're not. I keep having to say that for videos. Leave a comment below. Do you reckon Villa will get European football? Personally, I'm not 100% sure. I think they will definitely finish in the top 10. I'm pretty sure that's guaranteed at this point, unless they have a late season collapse, which I can't see, to be honest, because they're looking very good. And yeah, what do you guys think? Villa, will they get top 4? Not top 4, what am I on about? Will they get European football? And yeah, it's going to pretty much have to do it for today, guys, on why Aston Villa have suddenly gone from relegation battlers to European football contenders. Pretty much reason they tighten up their defence. Dean Smith has really gelled the squad together. I mean, another reason I haven't really gone into depth in this too much. Obviously, they brought in a lot of new players for last season, and they wouldn't have really had time to get a good gel together. But over the course of the season, they obviously have now, and they have really kicked on together as a team, as a unit. And yeah, that's another reason, I guess, as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the reason that Villa, as I said, are doing so good this season. And what team should I do this on next? I could not just do Premier League teams. Maybe there's some Championship teams you want me to look at as well. So thanks for watching today, guys, and I'll see you probably tomorrow for a match reaction of the Wolves-Southampton game, which is playing in about half an hour as I'm recording this. So hopefully we'll get a dub there and we'll get through to the quarterfinals. And I'll see you guys very soon.